So, have you had much to do with briefing? Have you been practicing your briefings, or?
Yeah, we've gone over the briefings, haven't we?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so let's say we're doing Crossroads today, yeah?
Right.
So do you want to try giving me a briefing?
Can do.
Yeah?
Okay.
What books do you use normally? Or what visual aid do you use?
Visual aid, I've got... No, the smart driving type.
I'll have to edit it out now, okay? It's blanders.
I think you will.
Right, so I'll give you a word picture.
Okay.
He will tell you that he's partly trained. Yeah, so he's either going to be partly trained or trained, yeah? If he's trained, the normal scenario will be that he's got his test in a couple of weeks, or he's a full licence holder, yeah? So on phase 1 he will be partly trained. So this will be a new subject to me today, yeah?
Right.
Yeah? Yeah, so it's just a matter of introducing yourself, and we'll go from there.
Right. Okay, Tony, my name's Barry.
Barry, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm going to give you your lesson today.
Yeah, my instructor's gone off playing golf, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Very nice day for playing golf, isn't it?
He did say we were going to cover Crossroads today.
Crossroads, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. What have you done in the past? Have you done approaching junctions?
Yeah, we've done a bit of emerging last week.
You've done emerging, yeah?
Left and right.
Left and right,
yeah.
And you've done approaching as well, have you?
Yeah, I've done, turning left and right from major to minor.
Major to minor.
Yeah, we've done that the week before, yeah.
Right, okay. So basically, it's very, very similar in some respects to what you've already done. Right. The biggest difference is you've got an extra road. So your observation is going to be your main difference on this one to what you've done in the past. And a crossroad is any junction where one road crosses another one.
Right.
So whenever we get junction where one road is going to cross, that is a crossroad, basically.
Right.
As you approach the T-junction, as you approach the crossroads, there's different clues you can use as you approach. The first major thing is gaps in houses. If you see gaps in houses, that's generally a clue.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, that you're approaching one. And road markings as well. You'll get road signs, perhaps. You know, if you've done your theory, you've got a little sign for crossroads.
Oh, with the cross, yeah.
That's right. You have that with different road markings, things like that. But not all junctions are marked. Some junctions, especially on minor roads, are totally unmarked.
Right.
And in that respect, you have to be very careful because none of you have right of way. And in that situation, you have to remember that no one's got priority, and you cannot take priority.
All right.
Okay, so you can give priority, but you never take it.
All right, yeah.
So you have to be very, very careful. If you're going to turn left at one of these crossroads, very, very similar to what you've done already at the T-junction when you've emerged. You do your mirror signal manoeuvre routine as you approach. Yeah, MSM, PSL, you remember
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that stands for, MS, PSL?
Yeah, mirror signal position speed look.
That's right, that's right. So again, we follow that same procedure. When we get to the end of the road, you're signalling, obviously. The only difference is you might have a car approaching from head on. You stop there, but what you need to do is make eye contact and just see if you know what he's going to do. He might wave you on, you might look at him and decide he's going to go.
Right.
Yeah, so you've got to watch for him. If he's in a hurry, then obviously he's going to go before you, and especially if you've got L signs on the car.
Right.
He might not want to learn in front of him. So you look ahead, you can decide between you normally who's going to go. Once you're 100% certain that he's clear, that's when you can go. But what you can also do on this, to make it easier to remember, is remember the rule of Rolo, where it's right, opposite and left. So you look to the right when you first get to the junction, then you look opposite to make sure that's clear, then you look to the left, and then you look to the right again. Once you're in the new road, you do what you normally do, you check your mirror, make sure there's no one coming up behind you to overtake. Yeah, make sure your mirror's cancelled, and if there's no one there and it's safe, then you can make progress.
Right.
Okay. Now turning right, we'll do going ahead. Again, on a road like this, for instance, you're going to position the car just slightly left of the centre line.
Right.
Okay, when we get to the junction. Again, you're going to check to the right, make sure there's nothing coming. You're going to check opposite to make sure that road's clear. In particular here, you can look for parked cars, skips, things like that. Because obviously if there's a skip or something here or a parked car, you don't want to drive across then have to stop.
Yeah.
With the back of the car sticking out. So we're going to make sure, firstly, that there's nothing parked to obstruct us, and that there's no car coming down waiting to turn. So it's quite important, that little road over there, to make sure it is safe. Once you're happy that it's safe to cross, we then pull away, and again, you check your mirror once you're into the new road.
Right.
And you make adequate progress once you're there. For turning right, again, you can basically use the same sort of position for turning. If we're going straight on, we'll be just left of the centre. Important to keep the wheels straight. We don't turn the wheels until we start to go over that line.
Right.
Otherwise we're going to cut the corner. And again, we'll make good observations. So we'll check to the right, make sure there's nothing coming. Again, very important, check opposite, make sure there's no cars there. Then look round to the left. Once you're happy that it is clear, then we can pull away. And again, in the new road, you check your mirror, make sure there's nothing coming up behind.
Right.
And if it's safe, then we'll make adequate progress. Okay, you got any questions on that?
No. No, I think it's alright. I was reading, when I studied for my theory, I was seeing that I can have one of these, the box junction.
Box junction, yeah, sorry. On a box junction, it will look like that, and you'll have, in yellow, paint like that, all crosses.
Alright, yeah.
What that means is, you mustn't enter that junction unless your exit is clear. So generally, if you was going to turn right, if there's cars queuing up here, and you was going straight on, you wouldn't be allowed to enter that junction if there was cars here. And it meant that you'd be stuck there.
Alright.
If you're going to turn right, and there's all cars queuing, and that road's clear, then you can move into that box junction and sit there until it's clear and then pull round.
Alright. Okay.
So as long as your exit's clear, then you can. Obviously, if there was cars parked queuing up there, and you couldn't safely turn around when it was clear, then you wouldn't be able to enter that junction.
Right.
As long as your exit is clear, then you can wait in that box junction before you turn.
Right, we're going to get some practice then, shall we?
Okay.
Right, an easy, just coming out of roll a minute, an easier way to explain the box junction is you can go into the box if your exit's clear. He'd be really happy with that explanation, okay. Yeah? Because don't forget, you're going to be sitting in there, you've got to get through this. So if you say to him that you can go into the box if your way from it is clear, yeah?
Right.
I know it's quite a complicated rule, and a lot of people go into, oh yeah, you can wait in the box if you're turning right, providing this road here is clear. But if you say to him that you can go into the box if your way from it is clear, then he'll be very happy with that, yeah?
Right. Do you have these box junctions here?
Yeah, yeah.
You do, so that's why he would ask that specifically, probably.
I would have mentioned it anyway, because Crossroads can come up with traffic lights, yeah? Right. So, it's phase one, so is it down to you or down to me to spot the crossroads?
Down to me.
Yeah. That's probably, it's probably the most important part for you right at the beginning, really, is to start recognising the crossroads, yeah? Mm-hmm. As we turn right out of here, you'll see that we've got minor crossroads on the left and the right. There's probably two of them between here and the main crossroads that we're going to use, yeah?
Right.
So you need to be on the alert for them straight away, yeah?
Right.
If it was actually phase two, then you could be actually pushing me to do the work.
Right.
You know, tell me when you see a crossroads, Tony, yeah?
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, phase one. Then I've got to do it.
So the big advantage you got around here is that the speed limit is 20 mile an hour, yeah? So is there any way you can actually control me a little bit?
Just by making sure you don't exceed 20.
Or you could even say to me in the 20 limit, no more than 15 mile an hour, Tony. We're looking for these crossroads, yeah?
Oh, right, okay.
That just gives you a little bit more time to talk me through it, yeah? Obviously, as we come around and we come down to a 30 limit road, then obviously you wouldn't want to be holding me to 15 mile an hour. He would actually give you a lifeline and say Cool. I don't think these people behind me are too happy with me doing 15 mile an hour, but you could actually hold me down to about 25, yeah?
Right.
And it just gives you a little bit of time, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on that?
No, we'll see how we go on that one.
We'll pause that for a second and I'll reset.